There will be spoilers in this video for Heart of Thorns and for the first quest line that you get in the mail following Heart of Thorns. Have not seen those yet. Please be aware, I will be spoiling those here. Your spoiler warning ends now. The video starts now. I got a request from a comment asking me to make a video on the Caladbolg storyline and what I thought about that whole quest chain and everything going on there. And I was really confused because I had done the Caladbolg quest line right after finishing Heart of Thorns and thought I'd already made a video on it, only to find out that no, I gathered all the footage to make a video on it and then just didn't make that video. I forgot to make that video. So I'm going to talk about it now. So this footage is a little bit older. So, just be aware of that. But if there's a discrepancy in my mastery level in some of the more recent videos, please don't be too confused. But the Caladbolg quest line is sent to you in a letter after you finish Heart of Thorns. And it was one of my complaints in my Heart of Thorns review was that we don't get more about what happens with Trahearn and Caladbolg at the end of Heart of Thorns. I think that what they do with the letter and with that quest line as you go through and you try to get the shards of Caladbolg and complete the Dreams of a Thorn achievement is really, really cool. You need a lot of different stuff from all across the game. And I made a video not that long ago talking about Maudry and Princess and side quest design in Guild Wars 2. But I think Dreams of a Thorn, I think the Caladbolg quest line is probably my favorite achievement-related quest set in the game. You're not just following Trahearn's story, but you're also following Rhiannok's story, and you're also getting a little bit of the story that built up to that with Caladbolg that I got as part of my personal story as you complete the Knight of the Thorn achievement that includes the Dream of the Thorn, the Knight of the Thorn, the Shards of the Thorn, Sword Regrown, and I haven't gotten Sword Text on me yet because I haven't done the other forms of it yet, and we'll get to what that means in a little bit, but I love that quest line, going through and finding all the pieces, and some of them were really hard to find, but it was worth it, getting everything put together to be able to get my first Ascended weapon, and it wasn't just an Ascended weapon. It's not just I bought it off the trading post. It's Caladbolg that belonged to Rhiannok, that belonged to Trahearn, who was a great character that I absolutely loved. Now, my legacy handed to me to Kravold, my Sylvari engineer, in the form of a weapon that he gets to choose, that he fuses with his own self, basically, to take the form that he wants it to. And it takes us all the way back to the Artesian Well, and it's so beautiful. It's such a great quest line, and I wish I had made this video right after I did it, because I was overwhelmed with how cool of a quest line it was. There are so many video games where a character dies, right? And they have a weapon they leave behind for you. I can think of like 5 or 6 off the top of my head that I'm not just going to roll out to you for spoiler's sake, but so many times where a character dies and a weapon is inherited, a legacy is passed on, right? And in this case, it's an MMO, so it's a weapon that in any other MMO would be completely overshadowed immediately, right? Because vertical progression means that weapons automatically get overshadowed. You have to just glamour your stuff to make it look like the old thing, right? Because each time you're gonna move up. There's a really special shield that you can get in FF14. Anybody that has played through Heavensward knows what I'm talking about. There's a really special shield you can get. And it's so great when you get it, but you will immediately then glamour all your shields to that shield, right? So any new shields you get becomes that shield. That's still great, right? That shield still matters a lot to me. But Caladbolg is not just, hey, here's a sword that's going to be overridden, right? It's, hey, here's a sword that for the life of the game, for as long as you play it, will always be usable. It's a sword that is ready to go whenever you need it, and is account bound. So if I wanted to take Caladbolg and give it to a different one of my characters, I could do that. It's account bound. Any of my characters could use Caladbolg right now, and it would be great. And it is inherited will. It is that shared legacy of Rhiannok, from the Pale Tree to Rhiannok to Trahearn to you. And I'm so glad I chose to play Sylvari, because Heart of Thorns hit way harder. But getting to see that statue of Trahearn and just going, yeah, no, he deserves that. He 100% deserves that. We won because of him. And getting to then carry Caladbolg forward and use it. Getting to actually use Caladbolg after all this time. It's not just, hey, we had the broken version. It's, hey, now we have restored it. Through our labor, we have won back. Through this journey, we have brought courage back, and we've seen Rhiannoc, and we've seen Traherne, and we fought, and we've earned this. It makes us a part of the legacy. It makes us a part of that inherited will. And I know I'm just going in circles here, and there's not much more really to say about it because I don't want to spoil too much of it for you. I want you to experience it for yourself if you haven't yet. And maybe you didn't care that much about Traherne, but I think this questline will make you care even more. Really, truly think this is the best questline in Guild Wars 2 so far. I hope that there are even more of this quality or even better, but I adore the Caladbolg questline. And again, yeah, not going to spoil too much more, but it's the best quest in this game and maybe one of the best quests in all of MMOs. So we'll see if I'm proven wrong by future quests. But until next time, thanks again so much for watching. And I've been Trey. This has been The Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Caladbolg has to offer.